Welcome to my channel, where we explore hidden treasures you might be holding right now. Today, we're diving into the top 5 1-cent coins that most people completely ignore, but could be worth far more than you think. But wait, don't scroll. What if I told you one of these tiny coins in your pocket could secretly be valuable? Sounds crazy, right? These coins are not just money. They are pieces of history, traveling through years, through countless hands, holding secrets that only a few collectors truly understand. Some rare versions from this top 5 list have shocked the market with unbelievable prices, and the difference often comes down to small details like the year, the mint mark, or even a tiny error you can barely see. Imagine having one of these rare coins and not even realizing it. So before you spend your next coin, take a closer look. You might be holding something special. And this is just the beginning, because in the next videos, I'll reveal even more coins that sold for insane prices. Let's go. Most people have seen this coin, but almost no one realizes what it could be hiding. The 1971 D 1-cent coin, a small piece of metal, or a forgotten treasure. Minted in Denver, this coin carries the D mint mark, a simple letter that most people ignore. In 1971, millions of these coins were produced, passing through hands, pockets, and lives, becoming part of everyday history. Story layer. Human connection. Imagine this, a coin used to buy candy in the 1970s, passed from a shopkeeper to a child, then forgotten in a drawer for decades. That same coin today could still exist, unnoticed, unvalued, or maybe, extremely special. But here's where it gets interesting. Not every 1971 D coin is the same. Some carry tiny variations, small errors, subtle differences in strike or condition, details so small that most people never notice them. Coin collectors don't just look at coins, they hunt for stories, for rarity, for perfection. And sometimes, a simple coin like this becomes the center of attention, not because of its face value, but because of what makes it different. Think about how many times you've ignored coins like this, dropped them, spent them, or left them behind. What if one of those coins had something unique? Something rare? The 1971 D penny is made primarily of copper, giving it that classic reddish tone collectors love. Over time, its color changes, its surface wears, and every mark tells a story. The condition of the coin can completely change its value. And here's the truth, most of these coins are still out there. Hidden in jars, old collections, or even in your pocket right now. So the next time you see a 1971 D coin, don't ignore it. Look closely, check the details, because sometimes, the smallest things hold the biggest surprises. And this is just the first coin, because coming up next are even more 1-cent coins with stories that might shock you. Stay with me, you don't want to miss what's next. Most people don't even look twice at this coin. But the 1978 1-cent coin has a story that quietly traveled through time. In 1978, millions of these coins were minted and released into circulation, becoming a normal part of daily life. People used them without thinking, for small purchases, for change, for moments that were quickly forgotten. But what makes this coin interesting is not just its age, it's the journey it has taken. Imagine how many places this coin has been, how many hands it has passed through, how many stories it has silently witnessed. Over the years, coins like this begin to change, their shine fades, small marks appear, and each detail becomes part of its identity. Collectors know that not all coins are equal. Some 1978 pennies carry sharper details, better condition, or even slight variations that make them stand out. And sometimes, a coin that looks completely ordinary can turn out to be something collectors search for. The truth is, coins like this are often ignored, left in jars, drawers, or old boxes. But hidden among them could be one that is different. So the next time you see a 1978 penny, don't just spend it. Take a closer look, because even the most common coin can hold an uncommon story. And you never know, it might be more special than it seems. You've probably seen this coin before, maybe even used it without thinking. The 1980 D 1-cent coin, minted in Denver, is one of those coins that quietly blends into everyday life. But behind its simple appearance lies a deeper story. In 1980, as these coins were being produced, they were entering a world that was constantly changing, economies shifting, people moving, lives evolving. And through it all, this small coin kept moving from one person to another. The D mint mark tells us where it was made, but it doesn't tell us everything. Because what truly matters are the tiny details that most people never notice. Some of these coins were struck slightly differently, some preserved better than others, and a few may carry characteristics that make them stand out to collectors. Over time, coins like this become more than just currency, they become pieces of history. The copper surface, the worn edges, the fading shine, all of it tells a story of time passing. And here's the interesting part, many of these coins are still out there, hidden in plain sight. People don't realize what they might be holding. So before you ignore a 1980 penny, take a moment to really see it. Because sometimes, value is not about what everyone sees, it's about what only a few can recognize. This coin may look modern, but the 1991 1-cent coin already carries decades of history within it. When it was first released, it was just another coin in circulation, used without a second thought. People spent it, saved it, lost it, and life moved on. But coins like this slowly become something more over time. They become reminders of a different era, a different moment. The 1991 penny represents a time when millions of identical coins were created, yet today, each surviving coin has its own unique condition and story. Some have remained in excellent shape, protected and preserved, while others show clear signs of wear from years of use. And that difference matters. Collectors pay attention to these small details, the sharpness of the design, the color, the overall condition. Because sometimes, a coin that seems ordinary can actually be worth more depending on how well it has survived. What makes this even more interesting is that many of these coins are still easy to find, yet very few people actually check them carefully. They assume it's just another penny. But what if it's not? What if the coin you're about to spend has something unique about it? That's the mystery of coins like this, they hide their true story in plain sight. So next time you come across a 1991 penny, don't rush. Look at it closely, because you might be holding a small piece of hidden value without even realizing it. At first glance, the 1997 1-cent coin looks like any other modern penny, simple, common, and easy to ignore. But like every coin, it has a story that most people never think about. Released in 1997, this coin entered circulation during a time when coins were still an essential part of everyday transactions. It moved quickly from one place to another, becoming part of countless small moments in people's lives. But over time, something changes. Coins like this begin to separate into two paths. Most become worn, used, and forgotten, while a few remain in better condition, quietly becoming more interesting to collectors. The details on the coin, the condition of its surface, and even the smallest imperfections can make a difference. And that's what makes coins like this fascinating. Because the difference between an ordinary coin and a collectible one is often something very small. Many people never notice it. They don't look closely. They don't realize what could be right in front of them. And that's why coins like the 1997 penny continue to surprise people. Hidden in collections, jars, or even loose change, they wait to be noticed. So the next time you see a coin like this, don't just pass it by. Take a second look, because sometimes, the most ordinary things can hold unexpected stories. And this might be one of them.